Hello students, I am back with the fifth video of the chapter Nationalism in India. See students, in the last video you have already studied about the Khilafat movement, how Khilafat committee was formed. Khilafat committee was formed in Bombay. Two brothers, Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali, they wanted to take the revenge from the British government and the winning countries who were torturing and done a peace treaty with the Ottoman Empire and the Khalifas. Their powers were taken away. In Hind Swaraj, in the second topic of this slide, you can see that Hind Swaraj. Hind Swaraj is a book that was written by Gandhiji in 1909. He has described that how the Indian people have rendered their cooperation to run administration in India. If Indian would stop giving the cooperation, then definitely there would be a British rule would collapse. Third, the another important movement that was launched by Gandhiji was the non-cooperation movement, NCM, non-cooperation movement, and how the people have provided their support, how their participation was there. We have seen that in the last video. Majority of the middle class, they have participated majority wise in the non-cooperation movement. Thousands of students, they have left the colleges and the schools. Lawyers, teachers, headmasters, they have stopped their support to the government. And we have seen that what was the impact of the non-cooperation movement on the economy of our country. We have seen that almost it was reduced to half. From 102 crores of rupees, it has reduced to 57 crores of rupees. That means the people, traders, merchants, they have stopped doing the trade with the in the foreign goods and with the foreign traders. They have stopped that. See students, this non-cooperation movement was spread all around in the different parts of the countries. We have seen that middle class group in the towns, people have participated, they have given their full cooperation to the non-cooperation movement. Now we will study in this chapter, the slide or the further video, that how the other countryside people, they rebelled against the British government and how they have given their cooperation to the government. Okay, so in the next slide you can see that see students, we have seen that in the countryside, there are different parts of the areas, in villages, the people, they wanted to respond, they wanted to give their support to the non-cooperation movement. So movement was going around in different parts of the country, and we have seen that and we have taken an example here. We have taken one example here of the Awadh region. See students, Awadh region, the movement was led by peasants. So we can call it a peasant movement. This peasant movement was led by Baba Ramchandra. See, Baba Ramchandra was the leader of the this peasant movement, and Awadh movement also you can call it. And Baba Ramchandra was earlier he was in Fiji. Fiji is a country which is situated in the South Pacific Ocean. And this Fiji is an archipelago. What is an archipelago? Archipelago is an extensive group of islands. And we have seen that this Fiji country has more than 300 islands in the country. Landscapes were beautiful landscapes, beaches are there, clear lagoons, and people, they are very happy there. So it is the people who have gone there as a plantation workers. So Baba Ramchandra, he went to Fiji, he has been taken to Fiji for a plantation worker, as a plantation worker, or you can call him an indentured labor. You can see what do you mean by indentured labor. Here you can see in this slide, indentured labor, it is a system of bonded labor that was instituted following the abolition of slavery. We have studied in the last class students, if you remember, in 1848 the slavery was abolished. from the different parts of the area, especially from the France it was abolished. So it is a type of the slavery that you have, that is indentured labor. You are forced to, it is a bonded labor, you are forced to do the work. Then we have seen that indentured labor is also known as bandhua mazdoor. Okay. See student, Baba Ramchandra, these indentured labor, they are recruited for working in the plantation. You can see plantation area, we have a rubber plantation, coffee plantation, tea plantation, banana plantation, sugarcane plantation. So these people, these laborers are taken to the different countries, Thailand, Malaysia, China, Southeast Asia, and to the other parts of the country where there is a scarcity of the labor. Indian people, they are very easily taken by the colonial government, and they have been given an promise that your conditions would be better and your lifestyle would be better, you would be provided the accommodation, better wages would be given to you. But as all these promises were not fulfilled by the European planters, we have seen when Baba Ramchandra, he went there, his conditions, he lived in a very harsh conditions. And even the wages that was given to them, they are also extremely very low wages were given to them. So people were really not very happy with the movement that was movement of the people to the different part of the country. Not only this, the peasants and farmers were demanding exorbitantly high rent, and they were asking them to pay the high revenues. And not only to pay the revenues, they were asked to do the bigar also. What is a bigar? You can see that it is a practice. It is a practice where the worker is forced to render their services in the farms of the landlords and talukdars without wages. You will not be paid wages, you will not be given money for the services that you are going to render to the landlords and talukdars, and they are forcibly asked to do it. That means the landlords and the talukdars were demanding favors from the peasants and farmers. So people were not very happy to do the bigar. Okay, because their financial condition is not as good that they can keep giving the bigar to the landlords and the talukdars. So there were few demands for which the Baba Ramchandra was fighting for the peasants under this movement, peasant movement. Their demands, you can see that demands of the peasants. Number one, reduction of revenue. There should be decrease in the revenue. See, there is a kind of a contract that we hire a land from the landlord for years, that I am going to pay this much of the sum of the money I am going to give you, and I will cultivate this land. But what the landlords they used to do is, they used to ask them to evict the land very regularly, because they were in a fear that they might claim over that leased land. That was a land that was taken on a lease. So the landlords were in a fear that the peasants might claim that this is their land, and if regularly they would be given the same piece of land. This was the other problem that the peasants and the farmers were facing. We have seen that even they wanted abolition of the bigar. They wanted to work. They are not saying that we are not going to work for landlords in landlords' farm, on the landlords' farms and or the talukdars' farms. But yes, if we people are providing and we are working hard, we should be paid for it. So they wanted abolition of bigar. The exploitative nature of this oppressive class, you can call it a landlords and talukdars, they were exploiting them. They wanted that there should be a social boycott of these oppressive landlords who are exploiting them or discriminating them. They should be boycotted. So one such reason and one such example of boycotting this oppressive class was Nai Dhobi Bandh. Nai, barbers, dhobis, washermans. You can see that it is organized by the panchayats of a village. Majority section of the people living in the villages, they were the peasants and farmers. And these panchayats, they wanted that these landlords and talukdars should be deprived of these services like the barbers and the washermans. So students, we have seen that how the peasants and what is an indentured labor, how they were exploited by the landlords and talukdars. In the meantime, we have seen that, we'll see in the next slide that the Jawaharlal Nehru is one of the Congress member, and he came and toured around in different parts of the villages of the Awadh region. He has talked to the people, he has discussed with those, with the members of the panchayats, and he has tried to understand the grievances, that means the problems of the people. What are the problems that these people are suffering from? So we have seen that this Jawaharlal Nehru, he came and he decided that we are going to set up the Kisan Sabhas. Kisan Sabha, in October 1920, Awadh Kisan Sabha was set up in Awadh region, in the Awadh. And we have seen that who was the head of that Awadh Kisan Sabha? Jawaharlal Nehru and Baba Ramchandra. And there were a few other officials who were also there from the village. They were also the active members of the Awadh Kisan Sabha. We have seen that a month later, within a month, we have seen that more than 300 Awadh Kisan Sabhas and its branches were set up in Awadh and in the parts of the Awadh region. We have seen that the people living in the country, what these people they have done, they wanted to do. As the movement was spreading in the Awadh region, we have seen that until 1921, this movement was going on. It was continued by the peasants living in the Awadh region. We have seen that the people, what they have done when there was a spread, the houses of the talukdars and landlords were attacked, shops were looted, and grain hoards were taken over. Grain hoardings that was accumulated by the landlords and they were not distributing to the people, that was taken over by the peasants, and they have distributed among the poor community of the people. And we have seen that every work, and this was a time when a non-cooperation movement was going on. This was a part of the non-cooperation movement, and everybody was saying that there is a call from Gandhiji for Swaraj. And Gandhiji has said that we are not supposed to pay the rents or the revenues to the talukdars and the landlords. So that means for every work that they are doing, for every conflict that they are doing with the landlords and talukdars, they have started using, they were aspired by the Mahatma Gandhi. They have started using the Gandhiji's name for every work that they were doing it. Okay, you can see that the name of Mahatma Gandhi was being invoked to sanction all actions and aspirations of the people. See students, not only the peasants and the farmers, they have participated in the non-cooperation movement. We have seen that the people who are living in the forest region also, forest community. Students who have already studied in class 9th, forest community. So now we will see the next slide of the video. You can see students in class 9th, you have studied about the forest community. You can see that, and the tribal sections of the people, different tribes. We know that in different parts of the India or in different states, the many tribal communities they are living, and they are these forest community are very closely associated with the forest. When British government came, colonial government came, the freedom of the people, freedom of the tribal people, there were too much of the restrictions on their freedom. They cannot enter into the forest region. They cannot take the fuel wood, fruits, roots, wood from the forest, because many forest laws were implemented on the forest community. Not only this, the people living in the tribal region, they were not allowed to take their cattle also to the forest region for the grazing also. You can see, students, that means they were forbidden to enter into the forest region. Not only this, that means we can say that the condition, it's not only that their livelihood was affected, even the traditional culture or the traditional custom that the people they were following of the forest community, that was also highly affected because of the rules implemented, forest laws implemented by the colonial government. This is the time when people of the tribes, different tribes and the tribal sections of the people, they have also revolted. So we have a tribals revolt here. See, students, we have taken tribals, people living in the other parts of the area, in many states they are living, and their conditions are also similar everywhere. Shifting cultivation was also banned, and they were not allowed to do the shifting cultivation. In class 9, we have already studied that there are few communities, few tribal sections of the people, they were declared as criminal tribes. So students, here we have taken the example of Andhra Pradesh. See, in Andhra Pradesh, Godam Hills, it's very famous. Here, people living in the Godam Hills in the Andhra Pradesh, these people, these tribal section of the people, they were very expert in the guerrilla warfare. They used to live in the hills and they can hide themselves and they can fight with the British government by doing a guerrilla movement. So students, here we can see that the peasants were also affected in the region at the countryside. Even the tribal section people were also affected who were living in the Godam Hills and the other parts of the areas also. The tribal section was highly affected with the rules and the forest laws that was implemented by the colonial government. You can see, the student, that the tribal sections people have also wanted to participate in the non-cooperation movement. They have given their cooperation for this movement that was launched by the Gandhiji. Gandhiji has said that every person can contribute its best to the in doing the non-cooperation. Okay, for that we have seen that every person living in the country, they wanted to contribute for this movement, that is NCM. Even the tribal section also people, they have highly contributed in the non-cooperation movement. You can see that this tribal movement was led by Alluri Sitaram Raju. We have seen that Alluri Sitaram Raju, the people were living in the freedom, so many they can earn their livelihood and very happily they were enjoying their life. But when the British government have launched many of the forest laws, many of the restrictions, then Alluri Sitaram Raju, he became the leader to fight against for the people of the tribals against the colonial government. We have seen that Alluri Sitaram Raju is very famous for his special powers. He had the special powers. Not only this, we have seen that he was being considered the Alluri Sitaram Raju has the special power. He can predict astrological prediction. He can do the astrological proper astrological predictions can be easily done by the Alluri Sitaram Raju. Not only that, he can easily heal the people. If any person is sick, he can very easily heal him out. And we have seen that Alluri Sitaram Raju can even survive after the bullet shot also. And people were very happy. He has many followers, thousands of followers was there, and he himself was also very much inspired by Mahatma Gandhi and with the non-cooperation movement. He wanted to give his total support with the non-cooperation movement and with the support of the tribal sections of the people. We have seen that Mahatma Gandhi has given a call that every person should participate in the non-cooperation movement. So Alluri Sitaram Raju, as the head from the tribal section, he also invited and emphasized the people to participate into the non-cooperation movement, and everybody has given their participation. Tribals people have also participated in the non-cooperation movement because they themselves were not happy with the colonial government. We have seen that Gandhiji wanted that the people should participate in the non-cooperation movement, people should use Swadeshi goods. Even the Alluri Sitaram Raju, he has also emphasized that we should start using the khadi, and we should not do extravagant expenses. We should not do much of, we have seen that the people drinking, we should give up the drinking also. So people were highly motivated with the Alluri Sitaram Raju, and they were inspired by Alluri Sitaram Raju. Many of the people, rebels, they were very much captivated by the thoughts of the Alluri Sitaram Raju, and they consider that Alluri Sitaram Raju, he is the incarnation of God. Avatar is the incarnation of a God. We have seen that how Alluri Sitaram Raju has provoked the people to participate into the non-cooperation movement. But there was a contradictory view in one aspect of Gandhiji and Alluri Sitaram Raju. Alluri Sitaram Raju, he was not in a favor of non-violence. He said if we wanted to acquire the independence, if we wanted to bring the Swaraj, then force is required. Forcefully we can acquire the independence. With the non-violence we cannot acquire the independence in the country, or we cannot bring back the Swaraj. So later on we have seen that in the Godam Hills, people have started attacking on the government buildings, on the government officials, British officials, railway stations, and they have attempted the guerrilla warfare. And ultimately we have seen that in 1924 Alluri Sitaram Raju, he was captured and he was executed by the British government. And till later you can see that till today he became the hero among the tribal sections of the people. See students, we have seen that the tribal section people were also not very happy. They also wanted to get rid of all such problems. So Alluri Sitaram Raju has given his complete cooperation, and he has supported and he has emphasized the impact that the Gandhiji wanted to launch in the country and how he wanted to acquire the independence. See students, we have studied about the peasant movement, we have studied about the tribal section of the people, how Alluri Sitaram Raju has provoked the people to participate in the non-cooperation movement. Now we will see how the people have participated, plantation workers. Okay, now we'll have the next slide. How the plantation workers, they have given their contribution in the non-cooperation movement. See, plantation work, as the plantation work comes, tea plantation is very famous in Assam. So we'll take the example of the Assam region. See students, we have seen that all those people who are working in the plantation areas, they are supposed to sign a contract to work abroad and the other parts of the areas that the colonial government has made them to do it legally, that they have to sign a contract, and then only they would be transmitted to that land and they are going to work for it. So we have seen that when the people have heard that Swaraj is there and they wanted to participate in the non-cooperation movement, and when they have heard that Gandhiji has given a call to Swaraj, So at this movement, the plantation workers, they also wanted to participate in the non-cooperation movement, and they wanted to leave all that area where they are working, and they wanted to go back to their hometown, home villages. So but they cannot go to that places. Why? Because the government has enacted a law that is known as Inland Emigration Act. Inland Emigration Act, if you can see that, Inland Emigration Act, that was launched in 1859. According to this act, the British government has passed this act that without their permission, the plantation workers cannot move out of that confined area where they are working. So we have seen that the British government, it very rarely it happens that the British government will give them the permission to move out. But when they have heard that there is a call from Gandhiji, and there would be a land would be distributed in their home area, in the home villages, in their hometown, so everybody have defied the laws, and they started moving towards to their hometown, towards their villages. But this was not very successful for them, because they have been captivated, they were captured, and they were brutally beaten by the colonial government, because the way and the means through which they can reach to their hometowns and to their villages, that were all, everything was on a strike. Railways was on a strike, steamers was on a strike, and they could not reach to their places. Why? Because all those railway members and the steamers working there in that part of area, they all went on a strike, because they have also heard about the call from the Gandhiji. They also went on a strike, so they could not reach, they could not get the means of communication to reach to their hometowns. When they have heard that Gandhi Raj has come, so we can easily defy the rules and regulation. Gandhiji has already said that there is a freedom everywhere. For them, freedom means it is a liberty, and you have a right. You have a right to move freely, and not to be confined to the gardens they worked in. That means for them, freedom means they can leave the village, they can leave the tea gardens, and they can come back to their villages. But this could not happen. So students, we have seen here that how the people, they have defied, and people wanted to participate into the non-cooperation movement, how everybody from different community, they have provided their support to the Gandhiji. We have seen that middle class people in towns, there was a movement in the towns, rebellion in the countryside. We have seen that peasant movement was also going on, and we have seen that tribal revolt was also there. And later we have we have seen that the plantation workers have also defied the laws. So Inland Emigration Act, according to the Inland Emigration Act, they could not move out of the places to the tea gardens where they were working. So students, for them, there was a call from people that Gandhiji wanted to have a Swatantra Bharat. For Swatantra Bharat, people have started chanting the different slogans of the Swatantra Bharat, and they started moving out from that area. And this shows that any call from Gandhiji is very important for every section of the people. All those people who are working abroad, or in the other countries also, or in the plantation areas, everybody have provided their support. That means beyond boundaries also, the non-cooperation movement has its impact. What would be the result of the non-cooperation movement, that we are going to see in the next slide. So you can see that, see students, Gandhiji has launched the non-cooperation movement, and he wanted that every member of the country, they should participate. Even the Muslim community was also participating into the non-cooperation movement. So during that time, the government wanted all that day. Government have decided that Gandhiji was asked to take back the non-cooperation movement, but Gandhiji said, no, I'm not going to take back the non-cooperation movement. And you can see that all major leaders except Gandhiji was arrested, and we have seen that 1st February 1922 Gandhiji was threatened to launch stop this movement, and they decided that we are not Gandhiji said, I'm not going to take back this movement. And in the Bardoli region also against the high revenue, the people have revolted against the British government. Then we have seen that on 5th of February, Gorakhpur. In Gorakhpur there is a place called Chauri Chaura. There and this Gorakhpur is in UP. Chauri Chaura is in Gorakhpur. Gorakhpur is in UP. So there people were doing a peaceful demonstration, and people were sitting, and they wanted to get all the rights, freedom, and there were many leaders who were arrested. They wanted that these leaders should be made free. So on 5th of February 1922, a Chauri Chaura incident took place. There was a peaceful demonstrators. They were sitting nearby the bazaar or nearby the market, and very peacefully they were doing it. But all of a sudden, police came there and they have started shooting on them. They have killed many demonstrators. When they have seen many people, demonstrators, they died on the spot. At that time, even the peaceful the demonstrators, they also became violent, and they have also started attacking on the police people. And we have seen that they have attacked on the police station, and they have fired that police station. They have burnt that police station, and in that burning of the police station, 5th of February 1922, we have seen that 22 officials, British officials, police people, they died in the burning of that police station. So by seeing the very violent incident in the country, Gandhiji has decided that he is going to take back the non-cooperation movement. He is going to call off the movement. So we have seen that February 12, 1922, non-cooperation movement was withdrawn by Gandhiji. So students, we have till now we have seen that the people of different sections, different classes, how they participated. So we have seen in the previous videos, the middle class participated, how the tribal sections participated, peasant, farmers, they have given their contribution to the non-cooperation movement, and how even the plantation workers have also participated. So see students, I have given you an assignment. You can see it. And after seeing this, I have seen that in the last 4th assignment that I have given to you, very few students have send the answers to me. So students, send it regularly and do it, the questions that is given to you. And you know it very well. For every line, every word, and every topic, I am taking it very minutely. So go through it very nicely. Do this assignment, and you can send me this assignment by Saturday. Till then, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you so much.